take the time to educate yourself in the proper ways to eat protein. Just like you, I had no idea. So I reached out to other vegan bodybuilders, and guess what? Vegans are a lot nicer than you think. A lot of people are very jarred by vegans. And I'm like, I'm not going to judge you. Like, I asked other vegan bodybuilders, how do you make sure? And I was so afraid of carbs like everyone else.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, if you like carbs, go vegan.
Hey.
Eat all the carbs.
And you can all look like Ashley and eat all the carbs you want. Here's the other thing is you have some people that call themselves vegans that go on 3-day water fasts that only eat watermelon for 3 months and just then they get sick and then they're like, well, I'm going to blame it on veganism and I can no longer do this. And then they resort back to animal-based foods and think animals are a reservoir of nutrients. And then they start posting all this content about it. I could go on and on and on.
Who is this person? It sounds very specific.
It's very triggering for me. She's like, what the fuck? So that being said, I think
radical.
When we look at what you're saying, a balanced diet and incorporating many different types of foods into it and just making sure like you're getting the nutrients that you need. It's like, don't blame veganism for it.
No.
Blame yourself if it's not working for you because you can get every single nutrient that you need on a whole foods plant-based diet.
Yeah.
Do you take, I'm sure you get your blood work done every couple years, and do you take any supplements? What would you recommend that the average person takes or not take?
It's essential to take. I take a vegan omega, but you can easily get that from your food. Easily. A lot of algae and stuff like that. You don't have to eat fish. And I would say just a regular multivitamin that has iron.
Yeah, iron.
Has
I need
vitamin D because we don't have a lot of that in our fruits and vegetables, so just a little bump of like a multivitamin. But other than that, no.
Maybe B12, I've heard.
Multivitamin has all of that.
Do you recommend a certain
iron,
brand?
Calcium.
What brand do you take?
I do Brain MD Health. I work with them, and I love all of their supplements. They really work for me. They're just clean.
I mean, we have, I think, busted through so many myths today. Are there any... Are there any other ones that come up frequently that you wanted to mention or cover?
I really want to push because when people think of vegans, they think of people that we're judging everybody. They think that we're like, it's them against us. And I want to create almost this more inclusivity. Yeah. Like, do we want everyone to be vegan? Of course.
Yes.
But it's and also we have a good initiative. It's not about ourselves. We're thinking about the animals. We're thinking about the planet. We're thinking about our health and yours.
Right.
It's based on empathy.
Right. It's nothing to do with us.
Yes. So if you could see that, we're being pretty good people, right? But for some reason, I think something in their mind, because we are told at a young age that it's necessary to eat the meat. But I think that if we can create more inclusivity, like, hey, if you can't be a true vegan, why don't you just try being a little more plant-based?
Right.
And that's going to help all of us, our animals, our planet, and you. So if you can't do it 100%, why not like my clients, I tell them that.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to promote not being vegan, but I'm like, hey, but if they can eat just a little healthier, it's going to help in totality more.
Maybe it's
all or nothing.
It's a gateway for them to do that because, I think that that's good in a sense that if their final end goal is to go vegan, because ultimately we're saying we want you to stand against oppression. And we don't, I don't want them doing that some of the time. I want them standing against oppression all of the time. And when I watch these slaughterhouse videos, it seems absurd to me.
I know, but some people are just not there.
Like, they understand that
they're addicted. They're addicted.
Well, I was.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Of course. I've been the most empathetic I'm such an empathetic person. I was the kid that would cry about learning about the rainforest. But there's something that disconnects when you become an adult, that this is just what you do. And it's not that they're trying to, but when I created that connection again as a vegan, when I started, it all clicked for me.
Right.
We have to allow that to happen, but they're not going to do that with their wall up. So,
right.
Gateway just try eating a little plant-based. Let me educate you a little bit. Then they make the connection.
People will look at you and you're an inspiration. And that's what's so beautiful about this is somebody can look at you and be like, I want to be like that. Ashley, why don't you just tell everybody where they can find you if they want to follow up, ask questions. There's so much that we can still cover. Like, I want to know your specific workout plan and all this. But
your book.
Your book.
How
Everything.
can we find your info?
So you can reach me at Ashley King Fitness on Instagram. I do answer DMs. So if you have any questions at all, I'm a complete open book, whether it's about veganism, sobriety, workouts, nutrition. I just love to help people. It's literally why I do what I do. So reach out to me at Ashley King Fitness on Instagram. And I do online training and in-person training here in San Diego. And I'd love to hear from you. And especially if you're curious about being vegan, I'm your ally. I'll help you.
Well, thank you so much, Ashley. We'll be in touch with you.
Yes.
You're very inspiring. And I know people are going to find this episode super helpful.
100%. I'm a fan now.
She's not going to be skinny fat anymore.
No, I'm going to bother you, girl.
You got this.
Thank you. 3 months.
We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Bye, Ashley.
Bye.
You can get muscle on a plant-based diet and you can have faster recovery time. You'll feel better. You won't stink. I mean, we talked about this in another episode. Keto crotch. I mean, that is disturbing on so many levels.
I know. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Oh my God, was my nipple out this whole time?
No. Out where?
It's like pointing out. I don't know why
You
it's
have
hard right now.
nipples.
But why is it hard right now?
That's okay.
I'm just
hard
getting
nipples does not mean a sexual thing.
I'm getting excited about this topic.
No, you just got nipples.
I'm just cold.
Or cold,
Whatever.
like they just exist.
So I think we learned a lot this episode.
That nipples can be pointy without there being any sexual connotation, for the record.
That also my boobs won't get any bigger from eating more soy, so that sucks.